Welcome to Sorare TV and this episode of the Sorare Perspective. Now, it's been a few weeks since we've did a Sorare Perspective video and it feels like it's that time again. We're starting to get back into the lineup builders, we're forecasting down the road and we're trying to solve the problems of tomorrow today. We'll be jumping through all the kind of things I'll be looking at in terms of over the next 6 to 8 weeks, midweek slots to fill, midweek slots I might not need. The European fixtures are plugged into the lineup builder now, so we can go all the way to game week 292 and beyond and really see exactly how all of our galleries are kind of shaped up. And I feel like, coming up to the end of June then gives us a full 6 weeks run at, just pruning the hedge and just making those wee adjustments. An extra wee guy here, sell 2 or 3 guys over there we don't need, that kind of thing. At any point in the video today, if you want to contribute something to the conversation, drop it in the comment section down below. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the like button, of course, and subscribe to the channel. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. I'm forever hearing about people that are on Sorare data every day of the week, and I'm on Sorare data a lot, but I'm on it even more when the lineup builder is going right into the horizon and I can try and speculate and forecast as far ahead as I possibly can of any gaps I'm going to have in my teams for midweeks or weekends, pro divisions, maybe I need super rares, limiteds, maybe I need goalkeepers. So I was very pleasantly surprised when all the way up to game week 300, which is the end of August, was loaded up into the Sorare data site. First thing I wanted to do was go and run away and find out straight away what was the first game week where we're going to have some Celtic cards come back in, and that's not going to be until game week 292. Okay, so for me, because that's such a huge milestone part of the calendar for my gallery, for you it might be a different club, it might be Ajax, it might be Bruges, it might be Union Berlin, it might be Villarreal, it could be anything, Porto, whatever. But for me, that's my touchstone in the calendar of when I expect my gallery to become fully alive again with the new European season. And as you can see, it's not that far away. We're currently in game week 282. Game week 283 is the coming midweek, which is the 28th of June to the 1st of July. And then after that, we're looking at game week 292. For me, is when the Scottish League comes back on. The Russian League and a few other ones do come back in July, but unfortunately, they don't bear any fruits for me. I don't have any cards in those territories. Now, if you're new to Sorare, if you've maybe never noticed this, or you probably have noticed it, but maybe never paid it any thought, is every game week with an odd number is a midweek. Okay, so I can now very quickly cycle through all the odd numbers and see all the midweeks that are coming up for the month of July and have a look and work out whether I can have a team or not. For example, in game week 285, these are the only cards I have playing. Plus in Arturo Osaka, who's also a midfielder, but I don't have a forward at all. So am I going to go out and get a forward for this game week? Let's see. In game week 287, I can run this in All-Star Rare. And in game week 291, there's nothing I can do there either. So I know over the month of July, I've only got like one midweek where I'm fully fledged and able to rock all my teams out, like you can see here. I've got one game week where All-Star Rare is going to be a lot of fun for me and I can be really competitive. But other than that, I now know for the month of July, midweeks there's just so many holes and different gaps in my gallery with the oncoming fixtures of like Russia and some of these other territories that will be in these midweeks that other people will be built for and ready to rock with. So I'm personally not going to pursue diving in deeper into my midweeks. But with the weekends, it's maybe a bit of a different story. Now, I've just put myself into the middle of the month, so typically this will be the month of July, the kind of stronger outfits that I can expect to roll out with across the main divisions itself. Now, what I've not accounted for is a few of the players that I'm trying to now work out, could I do with selling? Like I just recently bought a Coronel here because of the dip in ETH, the way and everything had worked out that way. It was just a very economical purchase. So I don't really need a Jonathan Bond anymore because I have this guy. And again, very similar situation with John Tolkien and Julian Araujo. Now Julian Araujo I actually really like, whereas Bond is just a goalkeeper that's in a non-EU position. So that's less sensitive on the individual in question, the goalkeeper this is, versus maybe I want to keep the Araujo because I do really like him as a U23 defender. But Tolkien has shown some merit, so maybe over the next couple of fixtures, if I can see the form he's had continuing, maybe I can then decide, I can sell the Araujo, because I've now discovered I don't need the Bond or the Araujo in particular to make any midweeks function between now and then. And for the weekends, I've went through this whole month, and I can build these types of teams all month without some of those cards, and I'm not really any worse off for it as a result. Because when you're growing your gallery in terms of increasing the head count, it's always the most exciting thing to think about is all the battles you can fight, all the lineups you can get in, and this is kind of the quality versus quantity argument, kind of framed slightly differently, but rolling out 12 teams into battle, knowing 9 of them are going to get slaughtered isn't really that fun, you know. And with the forecasting that I've done over the month in terms of taking out some of the players I've got question marks over, like the goalkeeper, do I really need him? The defender, or could I get by without him? That kind of idea. The reduction in that should increase some of the quality in the 3 main lineups that I'm looking to roll out throughout that month, while I'm just biding my time and enjoying the last kind of bastion of the off-season before Europe really comes back into swing from game week 292 and beyond. Depending on what situation your gallery's in and what territory you operate in specifically, I think this is a key point in the calendar for market dynamics that might change around with the whole, you know, dips and off seasons and new season booms and new cards coming out issued, and where the prize reward pools are going to be at their most abundant and their most attractive to be fighting for. There's nothing worse than getting to the 11th hour and realising all this stuff far too late. Sorare have also released their calendar for the most part over this period, so you can easily cross-reference things like when underdogs are available, as well as specialists and super rares and all that good stuff. This is the most fun I have with forecasting and projecting on Sorare, is the cards that will come in later on as that transfer pans out. And this is another element of it that I really enjoy. So when I jump to game week 296, that's when we get much more of the overall champion Europe kind of scene coming back in. La Liga, Premier League, some of these guys are all back playing at this point, Bundesliga as well. So I'm then trying to work out exactly where my strengths are in terms of any holes that might be filled. But under 23 rare pros are a really interesting one, because like I was just describing, I just built all those teams. I didn't actually include Barco in any of them. I don't really have much, you know, I don't need Barco over the next 6 weeks. And then I'm trying to work out, do I need Barco beyond 6 weeks from now? So this isn't anything about Barco in particular, but it's just different characters in your gallery that fill different spots. So for example, this is a super rare U23 mid, right? If I didn't have him, what would my options be as things stand? In terms of super rares, not very much. Acevedo's not a huge scorer. And then a few other guys here, like Herrera and Haidara, have got question marks over them. Same with Illich, same with Reina. I've got a few question marks here, there and everywhere. If things were to pan off in my favour, and Vinicius Souza gets a transfer that I really like I don't know, Ajax or Celtic or any of these amazing spots he's linked with. Now, I would want to go double super rare on this. Okay, now Jota is captain till I die. Nemeka's not got a great fixture there, but I think he's going to be a good U23 striker, and he is just decisive, reliant enough, you know. So even if he was to come in with like 40 odds, it wouldn't be a big disappointment on his end. Otherwise, super rares, if I was crossing my fingers and toes and Taylor Harwood-Bellis got to Burnley, for example, then if these 2 transfers pay off, then I don't then require this super rare non-EU midfielder, if you like, when the European season comes in, if I have 2 transfers go the way I need them to. Now, I don't need Vinicius Souza. I could use Ferran Torres or somebody else. But for Harwood-Bellis, in terms of the super rare spot, it would probably need to be a defender. I've got Maffeo, who's now 24, so he'll be aging out. Same with Greg Taylor. So it is really Harwood-Bellis or no one. So I really, if I am to dispense with a super rare mid in this situation, I really do need this defender to get a transfer. And it's all these little thought experiments that I really enjoy going down with my gallery in the lineup builder, and I think it's always a great exercise to give yourself perspective on where your gallery's at and where it's going over the next 6 to 8 weeks, because that's always a period, the next 6 to 8 weeks, that we judge and we prepare for in different intervals. And when you get through one of those periods and you get cycles of wins and success, whatever that looks like for you, then that's the fun of the game. And I hope you have fun doing that. Let me know in the comment section down below how you got on with Lineup Builder all the way into game week 292 and beyond. Any lessons it taught you, anything it brought to your attention that you might not have been aware of. I'm very interested to hear. You can pick up on this again next Friday. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble. Good luck this game week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.